Pikes Peak?
It's something different. It's definitely different from any of the other experiences. You know, my motocross, the super motard, and all that type of background, and the short circuit stuff. It takes a little granule of all of that to put it together, be safe within reason, and make it up the hill. And at the end of it, it's just a blast. It's a really fun ride.
So, seeing this was your first time at Pikes Peak, obviously, were there any surprises you weren't expecting when you first arrived at the mountain?
I don't know about any surprises. Everything was a little bit of a surprise. Everything was so fresh and new, you didn't really know what to expect other than showing up there, you know, trying to control what was controllable and go from there. And surprisingly, the bike we brought up worked so well, and I was able to ride. Therefore, the surprises weren't as bad.
So I wanted to ask you if you're kind of surprised about the recognition and stuff from this event, how big it's been. It's quite a big international event. I know I was there for the first time alongside with you, and just seeing all the people from Japan and France and little islands we had never heard of, it was pretty amazing. What's that been like for you?
Coming from the States, I mean, you know, when you get to travel overseas and be around some of the audience level that maybe Tom sees, we're not seeing as much in the States here. And you know, when you're in the community, you want to see a big presence and all that. At Pikes, it blew me away. Like, you know, we've been seeing this little decline, and you know, it comes and goes and whatever. But the amount of people just racing, the amount of people came to see, it was impressive. It's reassuring that motorcycles are coming back.
Yeah, for sure. What made you decide the ZX-10 was the bike to race at Pikes Peak?
Yeah, that's kind of a difficult one. I mean, to be honest, we'd been on it for the last couple of years. I knew the bike well. I was comfortable with it. That was the first ingredient. The second ingredient is, as soon as I started doing a little bit of research on it, the track itself. All these people kept saying, nah, you don't want to ride a super bike up there. You want something with high handlebars. You want, you know, a dual-purpose bike. And I was like, I don't know about that. You know, I think we can make this thing go up the hill. And that was kind of my motivation.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to thank you again very much for being here today, and thanks again. Congratulations on a great Pikes Peak win.
Thank you very much.
So Tom, obviously, let me first start off by congratulating you on your championship last year. A little bit late, but we're happy to have you here now. And of course, the amazing season you're having this year. So I'm going to start with the obvious first question on what's it been like being the world champion? How's your life changed?
Well, firstly, thanks for the invite. You know, it's great to be here in the US and here in the Kawasaki headquarters. So, you know, I'm very privileged to be here. I think myself and Kawasaki have worked so hard from ground zero, and last year was fantastic. You know, in 2012 we caught a lot of people sleeping, and finally we were able to nail it in 2013. So, of course, it's been a lot more busy since the championship win. Kawasaki had a little bit of a dry spell since Scott Russell days, so of course they've been making the most of our recent success, and it's been great for me to do all of this PR work. Is fantastic. It's something that I've worked really hard for all of my life, and to share it with such a great manufacturer is priceless. So, like I said, this year's going to plan. We're leading the championship again, so hopefully we can make it a double.
Yeah, you spread that lead a little bit, I believe, at Laguna Seca. Looked like a pretty good event for you. Race 2 looked a little bit crazy. I think there was 2 or 3 restarts on there that weekend. How was Laguna in your eyes?
Yeah, Laguna was perfect. You know, for me, it's I came to America. I've got the use of a Mustang, so a big American muscle car, and you know, I tried to make a little bit of an experience about it. So I arrived off the plane, straight into a great Mustang car. Went to Laguna. Weekend started quite slowly. We had some issues. Let's say not with the bike, but in general setup, because some of our competition there are much stronger than us. But the good thing is, myself, Kawasaki, the team, we were able to be quite smart and target was to limit the damage. We struggled there last year against some of our competition, and our competition this year, again, we're faster in this track. I mean, I love America, I love Laguna, and it's just a shame it's not one of our shining circuits. So anyway, a lot of commotion on Sunday, and we were able to be the smartest people in race 2, and finally I went to bed Saturday night thinking Sunday is all about damage limitation, and in the end we were able to even improve or increase our points advantage. So that certainly made the emotions a lot better to enjoy 4 days in the California sun.
So something I've been meaning to ask you for a while, since I was able to go to Jerez last year. You had a pretty good beard going last year. Reminded me of the hockey players that do the playoff beards, but I just wanted to know, was that a little bit superstition? I noticed you shaved it off right after the race, and I can see you got a little one going right now, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a superstitious rider. I'm in the wrong sport to be superstitious, and you know, at the end of the day, it was a bit of a joke between me and the team, if you like, and yeah, I wasn't superstitious, but when it came, we had quite a number of wins with the beard, so when it came to the title decider, I sure as hell wasn't going to shave it off then, so yeah, kept it on, and you know, I started out, I like a little bit of a short growth on there. It keeps me looking a bit more mature, and so yeah, I've won a few races this year with a short growth, so there's no need to grow back the Forest Gump look.
You mentioned a little bit about sunny California. You've been able to spend the week out now in that nice Mustang maybe you guys have seen outside. What's the California been like for you? What do you think of the culture? Have you had a chance to kind of check the place out?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. You know, the people are so laid back, and you know, I'm driving that nice car and people are hanging out the window saying nice ride, and you know, you have a nice car in the UK and people call you all kinds of names, so, so that was nice, and really enjoying it. I'm going to have to get back to some good training, because the California style burgers are starting to catch up on me. I mean, yeah, it's been awesome, you know, all kinds of activities organised by Kawasaki, so I'm truly grateful. The only downside is I was having to share with Mr. Bill over in the corner, so it is hard work.
So last question for you. You go into the next round with I think it's about a 44-point lead with 4 rounds remaining. Does anything change in your approach to the racing now that you're getting towards the tail end of the season with this lead?
No, nothing. I mean, for me, it's great. 12 points advantage only means we have a more or bigger margin for error compared to our competitors. But in terms of our target, it's still the same. You know, I get out of bed every morning and you can't kind of replace the feelings of winning. So I think everybody saw that on the podium at Laguna after race 2. So yeah, we're going to carry on, try and win races, and we'll look after the championship later on. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for being here on behalf of everyone at KMC. We wish you the best of luck, and hope you have a great rest of the season.
Cheers. Thank you.
So next we have actually a few gifts we'd like to present to our racers here tonight. First, I'm going to call up Paul Carruthers, editor at Cycle News, to present a gift to Mr. Tom Sykes.
Every week on Monday we go to press with Cycle News. Actually, it's not press anymore because it's online, but the toughest decision I have to make is who to put on the cover. And this week it was pretty easy. I think you deserve the cover with that Super Bowl lap alone. So it's funny to hear you say that Laguna is not that great of a track for you on the bike, because we were a little worried on Sunday that those guys might pack up and go home after you did that lap. But fortunately they didn't, and we ended up having a really good race, and congrats to you. That one we're going to give away in a raffle here fairly soon, and this one will travel back to England a little easier. So, but anyways, congratulations! It was a hell of a ride up there.
Thank you.
So next, I'm going to call up 2 very important people here at KMC, President Masa Nakagawa and Mr. Richard Beatty, to present a gift to both Jeremy Toye and Tom Sykes. So we'll start with Jeremy. So as you can see, we have a poster of Jeremy, and we had the KMC employee sign it, so